Hello, everybody. Welcome to Trend Talks. Today, I have the pleasure to speak with Sara Di Mario, and she's based in Rome. She's the COO of the Energy and Infrastructure Platform at Green Arrow Capital, and managing a portfolio of more than 400 megawatts, a European portfolio in renewable energy assets, wind, solar, hydro, biogas in several European countries. Green Arrow Capital is an investment fund with over 1.7 billion euros of funds historically raised. And Sara has a track record in renewable energy of over 15 years in various companies and positions. Welcome, Sara.
Hello, Edwin. Hello to you all.
Nice to meet you today and speak about, let's start with the impact of the pandemic on what you see on the impact on renewable energy projects and investments.
I think I'm usually an optimistic person, let's say. So I try to see the positive aspect of everything. And what I saw this year is an increased interest from investors on renewable energy. Really, we faced a boost in the interest on ESG aspects and everything linked to the green sector.
So that means there is more than ever before funds available to invest in renewable energy.
There has been a boost. First, because there is a strong interest also at European and world level on green aspects, also with Green New Deal throughout the world. But also, I think we learned, also thanks to the pandemic, the importance of being independent and so on having a solid infrastructure where we do not depend on external events.
Yeah. If you look at the trends in renewable energy investments, is there any technology in developments that have a special impact or a major impact on the investment trends?
I like the question also because we are really focusing a lot on the new infrastructure of the future. This is how we call it. We are now working on the fundraising of a new fund where we will invest. So we are doing it, we just do not think of it. We will invest not only in renewable energy projects, but also in infrastructure for electric vehicles, storage project, and 5G infrastructure. To give you a highlight of what we're doing, we have just done the first closing for 140 million euros for the new fund. So this answers both the first question on the interest of the investors, but also on what we are doing. So we see a very, very complex world where different sectors merge to each other, and today forward-thinking investor must look at all these aspects as a whole.
Yeah, maybe you have to explain then also to me and to our viewers, how does 5G impact the renewable energy investments? How does that come together with the rest?
I think there are several potential impacts. Just to give you a very quick highlight first on what 5G, maybe you are aware of it, but I think it's important to highlight what 5G will bring. We will have a data transmission speed that will be 20 times what we have now with 4G. We will have a potential monthly traffic that will be 7 times what we have now with 4G. We will have no latency. Basically, you have really real-time transmission. This will enhance a completely new world, also for renewable, not only, of course, but also for renewable. I think mostly on 2 aspects. First, for what regards the O&M and asset management, because you will be able to perform activities from remote that will be completely new, and that now you can do only once in the site. So we will have a much quicker connection, so many more data coming from the site, but also many more devices that will be connected. So we will have from remote, let's say, a full picture, real-time picture of the plant. This will help diagnostic activity and O&M. But I also think that maybe the most interesting and real disruptive impact will be would be on the participation to the energy market, because having such a real-time connection and the real-time management of the plant will help also in the dispatching services, because today, of course, to manage the to have relations with the DSO and TSO, and to have a real to act on the dispatching services market, you need a very strong and stable connection that you usually don't have in solar. Of course, the 5G will help to have a real time connection and to be a proactive player in the market. So it will really boost also the participation of non-programmable energy sources to the energy system.
Okay, do you see that this is going to more specifically improve the opportunities for merchant solar in this respect, or does that?
Also, of course, also it will help, also merged with the storage, it will help all the operators to bring more value to the grid. We will not only be there like we've been until now with no responsibility, let's say, but we will be able to provide a service.
Yeah, interesting. So that's really a new vision on the impact of 5G on the renewable energy investments and developments. Is there any other opportunities that you see currently in the market, or maybe also looking out to 2021, new trends?
So if we look at potential new technologies, not related to the communication that will impact our whole world, but looking at energy in particular, we have hydrogen and storage that will be really main players and technologies in the next years, I think, and will help to put in place the whole Green New Deal that, you know, will regard not only energy but also transportation, chemicals, infrastructure, food, biodiversity, buildings. So this will be energy related technologies that will impact our whole world.
Yeah. Anything that you say, where do you see the major challenge in all these new developments? So if we have to change anything, what in particular would you say, yeah, that needs special attention? Because there's so much going on. There's so many new developments. What would be the major threshold to make all this, this happen? This new Green Deal?
Well, on one hand, there is an economical, of course, aspect that must be managed at European level, that is finding the right way to implementing this new growth strategy. That is what Mrs. von der Leyen said. Green New Deal is the Europe new growth strategy. So we have to find a sustainable way also from an economical point of view to do it. And this is, of course, a major topic. The other real critical aspects that I see is to create an homogeneous infrastructure that will link all these aspects and new technologies to each other.
Yeah. Final question, Sarah. The Green Deal and green hydrogen is obviously playing a part of it. It's a buzzing topic. How close are we to this new green hydrogen economy? How much do you see around you in terms of new projects?
I think there is a long way. I think there is a long way, because we are studying at the moment the topic. We know there are a lot of potential implications and a lot of sectors where we'll be able to dramatically change thanks to hydrogen. But at the moment, the technology, the market, the rules, and also the economical of the overall picture doesn't work yet. So we have to work on it.
Yeah, but do you see appetite from investors to get involved in this?
On hydrogen, not yet, I think. Well, on storage, of course, yes, we find it on 5G also, but these are a bit more mature sectors. So on hydrogen, at the moment, there are the industrials that are paving the way towards a new economy, and I think funds will follow once the business model is a bit more defined.
Okay. Sarah, would like to thank you for the interview and wish you a nice Christmas holiday, and to see you at one of our events in the near future.
Definitely. Thank you, and have a nice Christmas, you too. I think
Thank
we
you.
all need it now.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.